Mystique. The name itself implies mystery. But what is it really all about? Involving over 100 student volunteers and bringing in over 600 student spectators every year, there is little mystery about why Mystique is one of the most successful shows on the TCNJ campus. Mystique of the East, the Asian American experience. The College of New Jersey is a relatively small campus located in Ewing, just outside of Trenton. It makes up for its relatively small size, however, with a thriving student community. One of the largest student organizations on campus is the Asian American Association. The Asian American Association meets every week in the Pan-Asian Room, located in the Brower Student Center. Meetings typically involve Asian-themed activities, such as yoga or tea tasting, that are designed to be both fun and educational. In addition, AAA members are provided with a range of activities outside of the weekly meetings. Multicultural buffets, hot pot nights, and Asian speakers are just a few examples. Of course, the most important activity of the year is Mystique. Hit it! Mystique is the Asian American Association's annual cultural showcase, featuring student acts and performances from all across the Asian continent. The show takes place in the spring in Kendall Hall, but planning begins well before that, in the fall.
So in the fall is more idea-based than the spring is. The fall is when we sort of get people thinking about Mystique, what they want to do. We start thinking about the theme. We start trying to figure out the dates, what we want to do for publicity, all that kind of stuff. Fall is laying down the groundwork.
We had the script writing committee for the MCs. We had a general Mystique committee, which had to do with liaisons for acts and working on boosters and sponsorships. And we also had a publicity committee, which had to do with just getting word out to campus and trying to get as many people as possible. And I think that's everybody.
Over winter break, act leaders begin choreographing and organizing rehearsal schedules, while the chairs and their committee continue preparations. Everyone knows to use this time wisely, because the moment spring semester starts, it's all about Mystique. Of course, all this planning and preparation will go to waste if no one knows about the show. That's why a killer publicity campaign is crucial to its success.
Mystique, it's just, it's more fun in general because Experience Asia month is, it's like speakers and there's just different events going on. So on the one hand, I was very I couldn't really focus on one thing in particular because I had so much to do, but for the second semester, it's all about Mystique, and we have our theme really early on, and we start brainstorming, and the theme is always fun, a fun kind of thing to play around with. So we always try to bring our artists out, and we always try to get really colorful art and really colorful posters up, and we play around with our friends with cameras and take pictures, and we did crazy videos this year, and we just tried to do a lot more. We tried to have more fun with it.
It should come as no surprise that a show of this magnitude requires so much work behind the scenes. Still, a show isn't a show without performances, and good performances require a lot of rehearsal. Each act is led by a student act leader responsible for choreography and rehearsals. The acts are chosen by the students themselves, adding extra significance to the decision.
My name's Chris Chang. I'm a senior finance major, and in Mystique I lead the Chinese Yo-Yo act. Chinese Yo-Yo is really, really fun. It's a magical piece of plastic that goes up a string, you can toss in the air, and people are like, ooh, ah. In reality, it's really fun. It's really simple. It's not that much work, and a lot of people really appreciate it. The job of an act leader is really to make sure that their performers know all the music cues and the choreography by the time the show comes on, but it's also to make sure that their performers have fun in Mystique and it's not just another thing to get off their checklist.
For an act leader, definitely patience, just hearing back from people, like email contacts are definitely necessary, being flexible, like if things aren't going to go your way, you have to really just like roll with the punches, like you can't just be like, oh, my act is over, like I can't do this anymore. Like you have to really be a persevering person to like push through and like really be hopeful that, you know, this is going to come together, even if like at the last minute it looks like it's not going to come together. You really have to, you know, see the bigger picture and really like step back and be able to say like, this is where we're going, this is what we're going to do, so you can inspire your act members to go with you.
Well, for an act leader, I think the most important thing is empathy. They really have to be able to understand where their performers are coming from, especially for an act like Chinese yo-yo where it's mostly dexterous. Not everyone learns how to do tricks at the same speed. On top of that, you have to manage schedules of performers. You have to understand when things come up that weren't planned. You just have to be able to realize the situation that they're in and adapt to it.
Like any other show, rehearsing and planning are important for success. However, Mystique is more than just a show to those that take part. It is an experience steeped in cultural exploration and pride.
At least speaking from personal experience, Mystique was kind of the first cultural performance I had ever really done that I can think of. You know, we didn't have anything like that at my high school, so coming here and the first year when I saw it, I wasn't a part of it, but I just thought it was a great opportunity, and that's why I got involved, because it kind of let me get more, it gave me a better knowledge into my culture and taught me a little bit more about what, you know, the Asian cultures have to offer. So I think it's definitely a great resource for students who are interested in that kind of thing.
A lot of culture and background. You get a taste of other cultures. Besides my own, I'm Chinese, but this Yasuno Hana is Japanese culture. So it's kind of a hands-on experience with getting in touch with culture and what it means to have culture.
A lot of us here, we're not immigrants, so we're mostly first generation. So although we have like the aspects of the culture in home with our parents raising us, we don't have like all the activities, and your parents don't know like all the activities of your culture and you may not have been exposed to everything. So when you come here, you're given a wide range of exposure to new cultural performances or arts that you wouldn't have been able to at home.
I'd actually never done Sayasa Bunko before. Like, this is my first year trying to put benches together, trying to, you know, assemble a group of people who were daring enough to even jump on these benches, and it definitely connected me to my culture, because these are things that in my high school I wasn't able to explore because we had such a big, you know, Caucasian population that there wasn't really room for like a lot of Asian diversity. But here at TCMJ I was able to, you know, find other people who had a common interest, and they're really able to connect to that culture even if it wasn't their own. We have a lot of Chinese, Korean, and Caucasian people in our act, but we were able to all come together and really make this an awesome act. So.
Mystique is an entirely student-run show. The chairs, the committee, the act leaders, and the performers are all students at the College of New Jersey. So why do they volunteer so much time and effort?
It's definitely the people getting able to connect with my performers. Through Chinese yo-yo, I've made lots of lifelong friends. And it's not just that we're friends when we're performing, we're friends outside of Chinese Yo-Yo Club.
A bonding experience where even if it's people you've already talked to and you already kind of know and are friends with, it brings you together even more. So it's not necessarily a social thing, but I guess just bonding in a sense, where I know so many more people now, and that's what Mystique gave me, I guess. Where now there are all these people who know who I am and I know who they are. And it's exciting.
Well, opening night, just having it all pay off. All the practices are fun, but I guess opening night's just what you're working up to, and when you finally get to put it on stage and get the audience's reaction, I guess that's just a very fulfilling feeling.
I think being up there on stage is definitely the best part of Mystique. Like, just being in the moment, like when your act is on stage and like the spotlights are on you and like everybody's watching and clapping and like cheering and wanting to see what's coming up next. It's really, it's just like what I live for pretty much. Like, this is the moment that you've been waiting for. Like the entire semester is like added up to this, and you're just waiting, to like be up there and have all that attention on you.
So what is Mystique? It's culture. It's friendship. It's passion.
I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. A feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. A feeling.
An entire semester, countless hours of planning and rehearsal, and the blood, sweat, and tears of close to 100 student volunteers, all leading up to this one night, this one opportunity to step out onto the stage and show everyone what it means to be Asian in America. This is it. This is the moment. This is Mystique.
Tonight's the night. Let's live it up. I got my money. Let's spin it up. Go out and smash it. Like, oh my God. Jump out that sofa. Let's get